Hey everybody, welcome to Myopia Movies. This week, in honor of Super Mario Galaxy, we revisit an old movie with a new episode. We talk about 1993's Super Mario Brothers, a nightmare of a film, I guess. Apparently people didn't like even working on it. Melees were intoxicated quite often on set. But regardless, this new Super Mario Brothers movie, the first one, I think was fun and light, and the new one is getting terrible reviews, so we'll have to see how that goes. But in the meantime, thanks for listening, thanks for subscribing. If you want us to do something special for you, consider going to our Amazon wish list. We have some movies there that if you choose, we will do an episode on, and we will record a commentary just for you. In the meantime, please keep sharing, keep liking, and keep subscribing.
In honor of Chris Pratt fucking something up again, we are revisiting one of our oldest episodes, Super Mario Brothers, which apparently is impossible to find, and I'm sorry about that. But in honor of, I guess in honor of Super Mario Galaxy coming out, we have dusted off 1993's The Super Mario Brothers. I am your host, Nick Hoffman, Riffer on Cineprov, on a movie that we have done on Cineprov before. And on panel we have...
It's me, Keiko. Riffer on Cineprov.
Jeremy Fox, Riffer on Cineprov, huge Mario fan.
And we'll just Alex here, once again, fan of Cineprov, not a Riffer.
Fan of Mario.
More
of a Sonic
kind
guy.
of.
Were
Not
you a
really.
Sega household?
You know what?
Somebody-
I tell you what. I was an Atari household because I had one of my cousin's old Ataris throughout the 80s and the very early 90s, and then I got a Sega Genesis. So I don't have a huge
love
amount of
Sonic.
nostalgia for Mario. Yeah, Sonic. I was a
I
Sonic
love
kid.
Sonic too, but I can
Yeah.
love both.
Super Mario Brothers.
But they were fine. I think I played it at more friends' houses than I actually played it at
That's
my
almost
own.
better
So,
for nostalgia, I
As
feel.
someone with an Atari, how are your knees doing today?
Not good. Not good.
Not great.
It's already at one pixel.
And also, if I may, because Alex and I lived in Cobb County when we were Utes. Hey, Sven, shiggity, shiggity, shwa.
I knew we were going to get into Group X.
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew it.
But
I
that's
put
not-
that
that's
down.
not-
I'm like, we got to talk
wait,
about
are
Group
they
X.
from Cobb County
They
or
went to
something?
Wheeler High School.
Yes, something like that. Yeah.
We knew about them in Alabama.
Of course,
Oh, they
yeah,
were
sure.
a big deal.
They were big Internet 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, you found the princess. Oh, she's in
Go
another
away.
house.
She is
Go
in
away.
another house.
Oh,
You
they're
know-
like
you know
twins.
this? Wait, you know
you
this?
say to them, you
Yeah.
want
Yeah,
ice cream
familiar.
cone? They both of them say yes.
How in the hell?
How the hell?
Ew.
God, Group X, what a deep catalog. Incredible.
Oh.
55. God, don't get me
You would give me
started.
a kiss if I were on the side.
Yeah.
On the soccer team, yeah.
Put down the
I know
Oreo
this-
crackers
Yeah.
and stop making the
Rubik's.
sex.
Rubik's.
Yeah.
Dude, I had...
Johnny Poo Poo Pants, come on.
I had
Jeremy's
that
very
album.
confused.
I've heard of this.
Fox
stuff
is
before.
analyzing us right now.
Well, I didn't want to
Poo Poo
say.
Pants, Poo Pants, Poo Poo Pants.
Dude, I had the album that was given to me by one of them because they were just down the
One of them was stepping on the crouch of your American president. And pronunciation accurate.
I wish somebody would do that again today.
Yeah, boy, that would work great. That would work great.
But the
Pay for your gas or lose your ID.
it has two.
Anyway.
It has new games. I want to play. They are called the Mario Twins. They look so goddamn like the
They
same
look the
person.
same.
God damn.
The way that he just said goddamn like one word is so. Anyway, regardless, this movie.
Oh, wow.
Can we do a Group X podcast?
I went
Group
to
X. We could do a track by track of Group X.
To make it like visually
review.
tied in, we do reviews of all the Internet 2.0
Wait,
videos
stop.
that Group X soundtracked.
There, you need to have your hair back in a man bun.
Okay, I can do that.
Both of us need to have like pipes. Like old school pipe. We're
Have you
pumping a
ever
pipe.
worn a
We're
man bun?
We're sitting in like suits or a smoking jacket looking as today we will be discussing the music of Group X, you see. And just like a little clown.
Well, no, every episode is
This
Group
is a
X. It's just
delightful
different-
composition. This one, pay for your gas or lose your ID. Let's talk about it.
He apparently can count all the way to 55.
Girlfriend's age 55. My IQ is 55.
Tune in next week when we talk Piece of Shit Car by Adam Sandler. What's the name of the album? What the Hell Happened to Me? What the Hell Happened to Me by Adam Sandler. God help me. That was a walk down memory. And then I got more refined and started watching homestarrunner.com, which they also are Cobb, or not Cobb. They went to Dunwoody High School. They're just around the corner.
Oh, that's celebrity.
You know Homestar Runner, right?
Yeah.
Love Homestar.
Trogdor the Burninator. They used to perform concerts.
I love that.
I've been to one of their concerts. They were fun. And they would like perform as Limousine or whatever. God. Mario Brothers. Now.
What a film.
Let's just talk about above the Chiron. The 3 stars that they list are Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, and Dennis Hopper. And that kind of tells you all you need to know because none of them should be in this movie. The idea that Dennis Hopper has ever... What's the goddamn Nintendo? Like, he is so mad this entire movie. He's mad because he's in Super Mario Brothers. I don't know what to tell you. John Leguizamo, I believe he played Nintendo. Bob Hoskins, fresh off of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, is in this nonsense. Apparently, him and Leguizamo just got drunk all the time.
They did, yeah. Report every day before filming, reportedly.
How could you not? Like, ugh. By the way, I don't think we've said the names properly. John Leguizamo... Bob Hoskins plays Mario, and John Leguizamo plays Luigi Mario. And he's a foundling, we're told. He's an By the way, the cold open of this movie is... So, I believe it's Steve Martin had a rule of comedy, which is the first thing in the movie you should always have is the most outrageous joke of all, because then people will know the movie that they're watching, right? And the fact that the cold open of this is a child being abandoned on the steps of a convent, apparently in Brooklyn or whatever. Those classic Brooklyn convents. But they open up the swaddling clothing.
Surprise!
And it's not the baby Jesus.
Eggland's best.
It's an egg. And all of the nuns are just like, interesting. And then there's a baby inside and no one mentions it. There's not even like the elderly nun faints. Or not this again, nothing. It's just smash cut to the modern day. And we are off the rails in the first 30 seconds.
Right.
Yep. I feel like this is a movie made by people who didn't get video games.
So
you're right.
What's interesting is it came off of the trend of making children's properties really gritty. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Yep.
Okay, Batman. And so the people who were developing it, like the 2 director,
Mario,
they were
but cool.
So it was the people who did Max Headroom, and so
that absolutely.
So they did a ton, and like they were eventually told don't come on set because it leaked that Bob Hoskins hated it, and it was a really bad interview that went out to the public in newspaper. But essentially, they were trying to do a hard-boiled like cyberpunk Mario that explained the game world. So. That was the direction they were trying to go with it. It's very interesting because it has the same tone of something like a Batman 89 or a Batman Returns.
And it feels completely out of place with the words that are coming out of the actors' mouths.
Absolutely.
I will also say the funny thing is the opening scene of this, opening sequence of this, I guess, is the exact same as the animated movie.
And I feel like that had to have been intentional from the animated movie doing it like as a call to this. I mean, it had to have been.
It's much more funny, but like they're plumbers. It goes very poorly.
Yeah.
They go up into the sewers underneath to try to fix something. They get sucked into the other dimension. Like it's like beat for beat. There's no egg child at the beginning.
Right.
Past that.
Or the dinosaur montage.
Yeah. I was going to talk about the animated dinosaur, like
take us away,
meteor.
baby.
The meteor hits. Yeah, I mean the dinosaurs had it great. They were just hanging around. Mammals weren't much of anything.
Mammals suck.
You got this weird little animated opening here, and then the meteor hits.
It's pixelated,
and it creates 2 different universes.
Right.
I don't know if they explain it then. Yeah, the dimensions. But yeah, that was. I mean, it's like for a lot of the opening of the movie, I'm just like, what?
So when I was a
This
dude,
has nothing to do with anything.
At one point, they have a line. There's like, and the dinosaurs were around, and no one was there to
yeah.
them because there were no humans yet.
And it's like Bob Hoskins doing the. He's like, man, we got it good. Oh man, we're eating leaves.
Bob Hoskins, who in this movie grew up in a Staten Island dumpster. Like, it's just
uncanny accent.
Yeah, for an Englishman.
What's so weird? This movie was such a cultural touchstone. I remember my mom bought me a Super Mario Brothers movie cassette and 3D glasses and poster. Like there was a set at Big Lots. Like
This was a 3D movie?
No, it's not a 3D movie. What it was this little pack you could get of a. Remember when those cassette listen along things where you put them in, you listen, like you have
cassette.
a book.
Oh, with a
and
book.
you
I gotcha.
Yes,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
it. So she got me that because she's like, oh, this is Mario Brothers. You know, my son likes Mario and Sonic, as it was the time.
Sure.
So pop that in, and I'm hearing about like evolution and the fact that humans are hatched from eggs, and I'm a child, and I'm like, I don't know how babies are born, but I know that's not right. It's not eggs. But they presented in this story like, oh yeah, there's a split off race of humans that evolved from dinosaurs, which we'll get to how implausible that would be. They'd look like us anyway. That was so weird. But like my little brain is like, what does any of this have to do with
real?
Mario?
Is this real history?
I knew it was messed up as a kid, but I found it so fascinating.
Well, but also, what you got right there is the entire problem with this movie. Like, Mario does not need to be explained this much, right? Like
Yep.
there does not need
It's
to be
not an alternate evolution story?
Well, I mean, because like, okay, the new animated movie is so simple. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, look, man, there's a kingdom. We're at war with them. There's like, it's essentially a game of Risk. There's five kingdoms. I forget what they are. We just need to ally up and stop Bowser from taking over shit, man. Like, it's so simple.
Well,
Right.
and they go into the alternate dimension in the new one. Like they go into, the alternate dimension and they don't have to answer all that other stuff. In this one, it's like they didn't know yet how to tell this kind of story. And that was my thought about this movie is I was like, this movie could have been interesting if it wasn't a Mario movie, but because we know Mario the whole time, we're like, well, that's not what like
It works well as a
example-
cyberpunk dynatopia,
yeah.
but not
Cyberpunk Dynatopia is very
Right,
funny. I just wanted to stop on that joke because that
Yeah.
was good.
Thank you.
But for example, why does Yoshi look like a velociraptor from Jurassic Park?
which predates that movie. This came out first, which is so wild. Yeah.
Which means that they dug something out of Henson's dumpster. But
he's also so cute.
yeah.
he's adorable. I also do want to add, I don't know who owes what to whom, but that Sonic movie is the reason these Mario movies exist now, right? Because that Sonic
Right.
movie with James Marsden.
Oh yeah.
is
I recently
adorable.
watched the
Amazing.
first one. Yeah,
They're
I'm gonna
good.
go through them. The first one was pretty good.
Yeah, they're good.
And I've seen all three of them. The first one's probably the most movie that the movie is, but none of them are bad.
Nope.
And like when you get Jim Carrey involved, we're doing fine anyway.
Oh, he's still.
But,
Oh, he's on
like,
his game. Yeah.
like I bet you there were scripts for a new Mario movie for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
and all they had to do was hold up this thing and say absolutely not. But
Right.
once Sonic is a hit, you got to be like, well, they're gonna try again, right?
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what started. I think they've made several video game movie or they're- I mean,
Warcraft. Did
that
one a
Warcraft
few years
movie
ago.
was an abomination.
and we have Zelda coming out
Yes, we do.
next year. So
I will also give
Final
credit
Fantasy Spirits
because
Within.
This movie is bad, but it did inspire two movies which are masterpieces, which is Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
I love both of those
Wow.
movies. Raul Julia has
Yeah.
the greatest line in all of human history. The Chung Li is describing how you came to my village, you killed everyone, I hid, and he goes, for you, what was the worst day of your life? For me, it was only a Tuesday. And you're just like, bravo.
Yeah.
And of course, the original 1995 Mortal Kombat we've done on this podcast at least twice now, I think.
yeah.
And speaking of grimdark, that one that came out during COVID, which was supposed to be a reboot that was much darker, that Mortal Kombat movie.
I watched it.
it.
Not a fan. That's okay.
I mean, it's not that I hated it. It's just that it has no fun in it. There's no joy in it. It's just a
Yeah.
very dark movie.
Yeah, it
and
is.
a guy who's sexually harassing women. Like, that 1995 movie is stupid as shit, and it knows it's stupid
memorable.
as shit. And that is, you know what, man? Sometimes I just need a movie that's stupid as shit. We've
Yeah.
done a lot of video game movies on this because
Yeah.
they are all stupid as shit. Stay tuned for, I'm sure, for a Resident Evil movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
But like this movie,
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill movie. This one, Mario Brothers,
this
has the least to do with anything
it's
other than the
crazy.
character names.
It's crazy. Thinking of Nintendo as like a little baby company, I guess. Like, they signed the rights away in the late '80s.
Yeah, they didn't know.
They are one. Yeah, it's like being that clueless. It's that different than they are today. They are like one of the most litigious media companies. They are like ruthless in protecting their IP
Like
and their
level.
brand these days. It's like crazy. So to think that they, however many 3.5. Almost 4 decades ago when they signed the rights. It's just funny to me that they get to be so different back then. But I mean, I guess, Nintendo, I guess, was one of those original companies, video game companies from the 70s, right? Or
They've
been around since the 1800s.
Pachinko machines.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
And, like,
Okay.
Playing cards. They're
Yeah.
ancient.
Right.
Yeah, much respect.
No, and so like
So never mind.
And no,
No, but
but
you're
you're
onto
right
something.
because like we were talking about this earlier, but IP is so weird nowadays because like the number of movies where kids would just have Star Wars sheets. You can't just do that anymore. Disney would make you pay, right? Like previous episode we did the Wizard. Excuse me, the Wizard. And he had like Star Wars stuff. The kid from E.T., Elliot, had Star Wars stuff. Like you couldn't just drop Star Wars in.
Nope.
And like the idea here, I think the only studio note, the only thing I can figure, and who knows the history of these things, but I'm almost positive Daisy is a agreement note because Princess Toadstool, which became Princess Peach, is in Mario Brothers.
Yes.
But 1989 in Super Mario Land for Game Boy, the person you're saving is Daisy. So I wonder if you said they signed it in the late 80s. I wonder if they signed it to plug the Game Boy. And Leguizamo is playing a Game Boy early on.
I think they were
Yes.
trying to
Yeah.
advertise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
was-
it just seems so tone deaf that they couldn't tell that it was not truly a Mario story. Like I don't know. Like
What's so bizarre? Back then, video games they didn't have any story really. So Mario's story was he's saving
they
Princess.
jumped across stuff to
Right,
save.
it's a platformer.
Yeah,
So they
that's
could
it.
project onto him almost like a Doom guy or a Halo guy of this is who this is and this is the story.
Well,
so
because Mario first came out in that Donkey Kong.
Yeah, he
game.
fought
Like,
Donkey Kong
he was
first.
just Jump
Yeah.
Man.
Jump
right?
Man.
Like, he
But-
had nothing
Old
to
school.
do.
Was he a plumber in the games? Like
think
in the
so.
story?
In the
I think he
83
he was
one, yeah.
dressed like one at
Yes.
least.
Well, you got it. In '83, there's a game called Mario Brothers, where it's him and Luigi, and it's the game you've probably played before, but they bounce on each other, knock each other out, and there's things.
Knock the Koopas
because
over.
Then they go through the pipes.
yes, that's when it starts.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, like nowadays, the original 1985 Mario Brothers is held up as a masterpiece of a video game because like
Yeah.
it tells you how to play the game without telling you how to play the game.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
if
brilliant.
you figure out the jump button, you're like, oh, I can jump on these things. Oh, here's a coin. Oh, here's like, and it became one of the first speedrunning games of all time. Like it's truly, and the soundtrack is iconic. Again, we made fun of Group X, but the da 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 bop duck 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 da 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 is some fantastic music. The underground da 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 like.
Or
all of it fits,
the
which
speed music.
which they play over this a lot, actually, which is kind of funny.
A little bit of an Easter egg there.
Yeah. And so, like, to then turn it into this is very funny to me because this does feel more like the Game Boy version, which is kind of janky and not as
Yeah.
good.
What's so weird about that is the Game Boy version, Super Mario Land, was very, very small and pixelated. But then Super Mario Land 2
It's a masterpiece.
is
6 golden coins.
Yes, I loved that game.
We're
And it
bonding
aged
right now.
so well. That game aged so well, dude. I played it on the Game Boy Color, and like whatever they figured out about pixels and the sprites, like it totally different world.
It looks much better. And when I first got my Switch, and they started doing the old console games.
Oh, yes.
That was the first thing I played through. And I beat it, like, not in a single sitting, but, like, effectively in a sitting. Because you're just like, I know where everything is.
Right, muscle memory.
Like even the sounds in my head are still there. And and to your point, my mom was not against video games, but she was very like, can't have it. We had Game Boys for road trips and that kind of thing, but we never got a Nintendo. And then when my youngest brother was born, she just gave up, and we got a 64 and we got a PlayStation 2. But like, there was that thing early, like my next door neighbor who was a few years older than us, and I'm sure I thought she was like a big kid, but I was 6 and she was probably 9 or something like that, right? Her name was Livy, and she had a Nintendo, so we would go over and play Nintendo at her house. And like, she had the first one and Mario Brothers 2, which is the weird one, and Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, the vegetable plucker simulator.
With like the genie bottles.
Yes.
Like the...
Because it was Doki Doki Panic reskinned with Mario characters.
I like a good Nintendo nerd, my friend.
Thank you. And the original
Have you
Super
been
Mario.
to -1 world in Super Mario Brothers?
Oh.
I have. I figured it out.
Okay.
If you go to the first warp, no, you shut up. If you go to the first warp zone in Mario Brothers, so level 1.2, and you do a backwards reverse flip, it takes you through the wall, so it doesn't load the loading screen. It loads a test screen instead. But then you go to world -1, and it literally was a debugging screen. So you're swimming, but there's like Goombas at the bottom walking around, and it's cool. I figured it out a few times. It's
Okay. Props.
Everyone stopped listening, so we can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
My address at home, my social security number is anyway. So this exists in a world where the Mario Brothers are plumbers, of course. No problem too small for the Mario Brothers. And on the other side of the world in Brooklyn, they're doing an archaeological dig like they do all the time in Brooklyn. And the Scapelli brothers, who are their nemesis, which
Always stealing jobs from them.
I also think they're the villains, or they're the people who got the chair in Ghostbusters 2.
Wow.
Sorry, my brain is filled with a lot of knowledge that I'm drinking away right now. But ultimately, the whole purpose that's going on here is to meet Daisy. Daisy, dressed like Laura Dern from Jurassic Park here.
Yep. Paleontologist.
Says we should, preserve this stuff. She's from NYU's or whatever. She works for NYU's. And they're going to try to dig anyway. And so she comes across Luigi, and she's calling the university, I guess. We need more security because they're harassing us. And Luigi gives her a quarter, and they make lovey eyes at each other, which is how it worked in the video games. I remember that cutscene where you're there in Mario Brothers 3, and she's trying to make a phone call, and Luigi goes pew pew, and then you're like, oh, Daisy. Anyway, so they ask him on a date. Tonight, Mario's playing Cyrano de Bergerac for his second.
Yes.
And he goes,
Yes.
tell her you love her. We're going out for Italian food because Mario, am from Brooklyn. And I love Italian food.
Well, and in the animated one, Mario famously hates mushrooms. And that's one of his character arcs that he has to go through, is he has to muscle through and force himself to consume mushrooms.
Yeah, no, he's the protagonist because he grows over the course of the episode. And the way that he grows over the course of the episode is he learns to like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Which is weird because his best friend Toad is a mushroom person.
Right. A little xenophobic.
That's a little... A mushroom American. I'm going to just talk like this, like Bob Hoskins
That's
does.
pretty good.
Well, thank you.
Pretty good.
Who framed
That's a very
King
good one.
Koopa?
My car ain't talking. What movie am I in again?
Well, and so at this dinner is when it's revealed that Daisy and Luigi...
She's a foundling.
Yeah, they're both foundlings.
You're an orphan too. I could tell because you're poor. Like, or whatever he said.
He says something like, as well. And she's like, why did you say as well? And
Turns out I was dumped at Mario's house.
yeah.
And he took me in like a brother.
He's
even
my
though
brother.
He's 50 years older than
He's
I
my
am.
brother, father, mother.
Yeah, all in one.
And by the way, Mario's date, who I believe is a Nightwalker.
I thought she looked like she's from The Nanny. the show, like
She-
a Fran
she does look like
Drescher.
Fran Drescher.
I think that's just his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's his girlfriend.
She looks like
not a princess.
Marissa Tomei in My
Yes.
Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
I was like, is this
Yeah.
moon
That's good. That's good.
But
moonlighting or something?
But she's like, hey, Toots, if you take this jewelry off, you'd be a lot hotter. She goes, this is the only thing I had with me when I was found. And everyone's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the nuns who found me, they said I had this and that I came out of an egg. And Mario's like,
Yeah. The egg thing.
check, please. Hey, check, please. Oh, Maron.
Well, it's so interesting.
yeah.
It's like could be the cast of Moonstruck with Mario and his girlfriend.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
you've got-
definitely.
Then you've got Daisy and Luigi, and we've got like the Laura Dern outfit for Daisy to make sure you know she's a paleontologist because she's got a khaki vest with pockets for fossils. So it's got to have the pockets
Ladies,
for the fossils.
pockets.
We love
am I
pockets
right?
for
You
fossils.
need it.
That's why I
Yeah.
have pockets too, is for fossils.
Cool rocks,
Yeah.
flowers you see sometimes.
Crystals.
Yeah, of
But they're
course.
being haunted at this restaurant by Fisher Stevens, which he's from Short Circuit fame. And also, do you remember Morning Edition, or Early
Yes.
Edition, where the dude would get the paper to predict the future?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Fisher
Kyle
Stevens was the
Chandler.
second banana in that. That was,
And by the way, Fisher Stevens is in this for what, 45 seconds? And he's like fourth build. Like,
yeah, he's pretty funny. I mean,
No,
my
he
brother
does a
thought
good
it was
job.
Rob Schneider at first. Just joke.
it tells you
Total
exactly
joke.
the age, yeah. I mean, we'll get to him, but the guy who steals the show is Mojo Nixon. He's the guy who gets turned into a turtle. He's a musician.
Oh, yeah, Toad,
he's the,
yeah.
He's the sweet
name's
one.
Toad.
The busking
busker.
toad,
And,
huh?
and by the way, do you know who he's in my favorite movie?
I don't know this guy, I don't think. Or maybe I do. and you're
When
gonna tell
Marty
me.
McFly plays Johnny B. Good and his voice changes, it's Mojo Nixon playing the part.
Interesting.
Yeah, Johnny
Wow.
B. Good. Yeah, the Mojo Nixon was just this, I mean, late 80s, early 90s. He was just this musician guy, has kind of a husky, like, you know, bluesy voice. And so
Yeah.
he ended up in a lot of movies. Not usually his face like this, but usually on the soundtrack. But here they're like, you know who we need? We need Mojo Nixon.
Well, they quickly got rid of his face, right?
They did.
Yeah, they replaced it with something horrifying and harrowing.
He kind of,
Oh, he was the lizard person?
yeah.
Well, what's weird is I said,
Goombas.
I made the joke that he's Toad the Wet Sprocket because he was. He's playing that kind of music, busking, and
No,
he's
that's-
Toad, and it's
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
Fisher Stevens is technically playing something of another race, right? And he's appropriating what he's a Koopa. Aren't they? No,
Yes.
is that a stretch?
Koopas
Is that a
and
stretch?
Goombas are
Are you making reference to what he did when he played other races on the movie?
I was trying to.
Because
you nailed it.
that is a thing that happened.
Oh, I know.
But I will.
I know. It was short circuit.
I mean, the
He got
best,
short-circuited.
the best wait. What's the best waiter in film like this? I would say Steve Martin in the Muppet movie is pretty good.
Okay.
Where they get the cheapest champagne possible. He goes, excellent choice. I will also give Pee Wee Herman's in Blues Brothers.
Oh
And
yes.
he goes, your girls, how much for the girls? And he goes, no, anyway. But Fisher Stevens pretty good in this.
I liked it.
I mean, this movie needs levity wherever you can find it because unfortunately, all three people above the Chiron, with the possible exception of John Leguizamo, do not want to be here. And it's so clear that they, like, because again,
Yeah.
we'll get to Dennis Hopper, but Dennis Hopper is very much like, the fuck is going on? Like,
Not a
he's
clue what's
so
happening.
mad.
I'm Koopa, and I'm one evil.
And who's like the like the sex pot who's his secretary? Is she anyone?
Oh, Lena.
Because like she's like, oh, I'm gonna take over in his stead. Like, and then we have the two Koopa twins who are dumber than shit. Like,
Yeah.
this plan makes no sense, by the way. And I do like a society that has banned plumbers.
Yes.
And then the way that Dennis Hopper says plumbers like it's a slur is actually kind of
Plumber.
impressive.
Yeah.
I don't like plumbers, and you're just like, what? what is happening
Is that
exactly?
ever
Fiona
expanded
Shaw
on?
was Lena. I don't know Fiona
Who
Shaw
is-
very well.
Fiona Shaw.
is
Okay,
Lena.
fair enough.
Lena was Koopa's girlfriend who he took a very luxurious mud bath with. And
Yeah.
there was mud play happening.
Yeah, you know what I like about mud? It's dirty and clean at the same time.
It's a kid's picture, folks, and these are the kind of lines we're getting. I was writing down like the really erotic lines, and I had
This
to.
is a very horny kids movie.
It really is. I think some kids and teens probably saw this and were wondering
They got some ideas.
what's happening here.
I mean,
lots of cleavage.
Okay,
for a
by the
children's
way,
film.
you know Fiona Shaw. All of you know Fiona Shaw. You're lying if you don't know Fiona Shaw. Keiko, do you know who Fiona Shaw is?
no.
Mrs. Dursley from Harry Potter.
Oh,
Ooh,
She, like,
thank you.
She's Aunt Petunia. Like, she's so
she's
important.
hot.
She used to be. Well, no, I mean, she, like, this is when she's in her, like...
Right now,
like,
I know.
Like, and by the way, they play her older. So she's probably, like, in her 30s, because, like, when she's in, like, the Harry Potter film in 2000, I think the first one was 2001.
Yeah.
She must be, she's supposed to be older. I will also go ahead and say her masterpiece, she's awesome in My Left Foot. If you've not seen My Left Foot with Daniel Day-Lewis, it is an incredibly depressing movie. But she plays the love interest in it, like, and she's very good in that. But
That's a great shout. I'll have to watch that. Is the sequel My Right Foot or My Hand or something?
Harry Potter.
That
My
from the
Left
podcast.
Ball.
I think I own it. I haven't watched it yet, but I will.
It's a sport movie. You'll like it because it's got sport.
Yeah, I like sport.
She was also- so we've done all the Harry Potter movies. So we've done 7 of her films, but we also did another movie she's in, which is The Avengers, not the good one, the one with Sean Connery, Ralph Fiennes, and Uma Thurman.
you can find at thrifting stores everywhere.
Yes, the one where Sean Connery is a Bond villain, but we control the weather, perhaps. Miss Thurman.
That's Uma Thurman.
And by the way, everyone in that movie I like. I like Sean Connery. I like Ralph Fiennes. I like Uma Thurman. The movie is dog shit. It is a testament to the fact that you can have good actors and they can still make a shitty movie.
I don't think I'm going to watch that one, dog.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to tell you that now.
I don't know if you look at IMDb a lot. We do for the show, the Doctrine. But the average movie on IMDb must have a 6. Like,
Okay.
everyone is unnecessarily generous for it.
Okay.
And also
The
critical
audience
for
is
it.
soft. The audience
Yeah.
is soft.
Yeah, they need to be meaner.
So masterpieces like Citizen Kane might have a 7.9, and garbage movies have a 6. The Avengers has a 3.7. That's how bad it is. Like, it is. Its Metascore must be less than 10. It is awful.
Yeah, I can tell.
Anyway, Samantha Mathis is Daisy. She's good in this.
Daisy. Yeah, they gave Daisy a platform before Princess Peach. It's a very bold decision. Like you said, maybe they were lining it for Super Mario Land.
makes
but
sense.
Mario had no princess action. Mario kind of cheated on his girlfriend, though.
Well, he had to seduce the woman.
Yeah, he did. It was his duty as a plumber and a hero.
His duty as a plumber.
Yeah.
So this was I read this was I'll let that play out.
Got a pop from the crowd.
By the way, I'll give Samantha
Comedy.
Mathis credit because this movie is garbage, but she's also in American Psycho, which is a masterpiece. Pump Up the Volume, which is a very good movie.
I love Pump Up the Volume.
And future episode, let's say, Broken Arrow. The John Travolta movie. She's, again, the female love interest / female lead. So she can act. It's just this movie does nothing for no one. Though she does get my favorite line in the movie, which is at the very end, where there are sequel setups and then there are sequel setups. And
Loves it.
You're not going to believe this. And she's holding a gun like she just played the Jurassic Park video game.
Yeah.
Like, it is chef's kiss.
it looks
Lots
like
of
what's
fun.
the one from Doom? The
BFG, yeah. But again, like, you're not going to believe this ending is such a solid ending.
Yeah.
Did we mention that her father was a mushroom goo?
No, we didn't. He was a
That's
form of ooze.
I feel like you're giving him more credit than he deserves by calling him.
He's dripping yellow madness. I don't know. The
Fungal infection.
the premise of this movie, we need to remember from Alex's backlog, is there's a human world, and then there's a world as though dinosaurs took it over.
Yes.
and
plant-
became humanoid.
Somehow.
Sure.
Right.
And that planet is all deserts, like Dune,
Right.
except for one megalopolis, which looks like the toilet in a, let's call it Blade Runner, like some sci-fi
Right.
future movie.
Yeah.
And there's
Yes.
literally, when they made this set, it's 3 blocks. There's nothing. Like, it is the most claustrophobic shit of all time. But King Koopa is in charge of it. And he has a crime, and it's a crime to be a plumber because he never wants his toilet to work. I don't know.
King Koopa's a human.
Right, he is, but he's descended from a lizard. So in this movie's mythology, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs also split off their reality, where a few of them went to this other pocket dimension where they somehow evolved to look humanoid but still eat like dinosaurs would and are reptiles, whereas the rest of humanity lives in the world we know.
I feel like I'm having a panic attack. This was a popular theory in the 1990s or late 80s, early 90s because of Jurassic Park and yada, yada, yada. But effectively the idea, which we still see with like UFO stuff, is that the ultimate form is a bipedal humanoid thing. And so if instead of mammals taking over, it would be reptiles, of course they would look like human, right? Like that is a very common sci-fi fantasy trope. And so much so that apparently the original script for Jurassic Park 3 was dinosaur human hybrid things before they decided on that horrible Jurassic Park 3 that they came out with, where the raptors talk to Alan Grant in his dreams.
Right.
And
I would have liked to see that.
And scene. Okay. Well, we're having fun today.
Woohoo!
I mean, we haven't even gotten to how this movie works, but essentially Scapelli tries to flood the tubes. They don't flood the tubes. Samantha Mathis gets kidnapped by these two idiots who are named after the Koopa kids from the video games. But they come to Earth looking for her because she has the last piece of the asteroid.
Their rock.
And King Koopa wants to have the whole asteroid together for reasons. And
yeah,
I mean,
he wants to unite the world.
Yeah, he wants to merge them. Yeah.
Well, it's the plot of the new movie, which is that he just wants to take over the Earth as well.
Right.
Right. Because it sucks living on a desert planet that's being taken over by moonworms, which could be Beetlejuice or Doom. You don't know. Doom, you don't know. It could be either. And so they kidnap Samantha Mathis, Daisy, and then Luigi, led purely by the power of his erection, goes after her through a 1995 Windows screensaver.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
Looks
Pick
like
your video game. Maybe it's Descent.
Nine Inch Nails music video.
Yeah, it's just like, and they get sucked through, and the face comes out like it's Brendan Fraser's mummy.
Help me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope.
And that's
then-
also what they did in Tron.
Yeah, they do.
It's the
very much so.
same kind of thing in Tron.
The Tron looks better.
Yeah, that's
Anything could look better. Than
10
this.
years ago.
No, the first one.
No, that's from like 10 years prior to when
prior
that
to
came
this.
out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in the 80s, yeah.
Jeff Bridges. Anyone see that new one?
Yes.
Bad?
I heard someone Charlie, Moist Critical, said it's like a long music video for
Like
for Nine Inch Nails, but it
yeah.
looks good. So if you enjoy that idea of seeing a really long, good-looking thing with music from Nine Inch Nails, give it a watch. I enjoyed
like it because I
enjoyed
liked
it.
the
Legacy.
2010 Trons. I like those.
Legacy's better because it's got the guy's kid and it's literally
Yeah.
about legacy.
Yeah.
But Aries is interesting and it looks really good. So and the music rocks, obviously.
I will say Disney went in because they made that Tron ride, I guess.
Yes.
But like the first one I saw in like a film class when I was in college, and it was about effects. The second one I saw when it came out, and I enjoyed it very much. So I'll give it a gander. It's just I know that no one else in my household will be interested at all.
Oh yeah, okay.
We watched the first one. I actually fell asleep. It's the only movie I think I've ever like fallen asleep watching.
I do it all the
It was
time.
very slow for me. Then we watched the
Legacy.
2010s ones,
Yes, I
and
saw them in
those
theaters.
were awesome. Like
Yes.
I loved it. The kids loved it, and then
Daft Punk.
we still haven't seen the new one.
It's got a cool aesthetic to it.
Yeah,
right?
the
Like,
red. I love it.
But my 8-year-old has been on the ride.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So-
I have
Well,
not.
but like the black suits with the blue and red neon and that,
Yeah.
like it's a neat idea, and that's why so many people rip it off. You know,
Yeah.
like, even like the TV show Gravity Falls, like they go to like a Tron world at one point. And you're just like, yeah,
This
let's
is
do
Tron.
this. Like it's cool. Like
Right.
the light cycle race is a neat idea.
Yeah.
There's
and
a good
I can't
one.
imagine how
Yeah.
they did it in '83.
Yeah.
You know, Disney used to invent new technologies, not rehash old
Yeah.
IPs.
Well, in Super Mario Brothers movie, we've got the cars that run like bumper cars,
Dude,
and they have a
and
shovel
they
on the
spark
front.
the whole time.
Yeah,
like,
and they have a jet engine on some of them. It's just very interesting. And the scoop from an Earth Mover to run over people like
There are
Soylent
no
Green.
cars in the games.
Right. No. Mario did GTA
this-
first, though. He stole a car. He stole
Did
a cop
this
car.
portend Mario Kart?
Ooh. Mario Kart came out in 92. This came out in 93. But they were being developed maybe at the same time.
Well, I was gonna. What I did say when I was watching it yesterday with my family, because that's what we do for fun, watch Daddy's movies.
Yay.
This must have influenced Mario 64 because Mario 64, like that, especially that moment where they're going down the ice tube, and I'm like, "Where's the fucking penguin chasing after them?"
Yes.
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Yeah, but like that, and that came out in '95, I think.
96, yes.
96, yeah.
You nailed it. So 3 years later. Okay.
But
We're
like,
cooking.
So
Wait, Mario 64 came out 3 years after this?
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
I refuse to accept
Did
that
it-
those existed in the same
decade.
3 year
3
time
years seems like a
span.
long time when
Clinton
you're looking
was
at these
king.
two things.
The McRib was back, and all of a sudden we had
Surely
GoldenEye, Mario Kart 64. and
Somebody
we had
would
just
have
enjoyed the
known
Atlanta
that
Olympics.
the concept of Mario 64 could have been developed into a better Mario movie.
They're probably developing that in Japan, though.
you know what?
Writing
Though?
the story.
She hasn't realized the power of the dream.
Whose dream?
Celine Dion's
the Olympics? Oh, yeah.
Realize the power of the dream.
I like your point.
Oh,
Keiko, that's a
I
good
remember
point.
that. I remember that now.
So this goes to, and this is real game
I remember that
nerd.
now.
The fact that our city had to go to a French.
You can talk about game nerd stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Mariah Carey just performed at the Italian one yesterday.
I know. So the interesting thing is Sonic 2 came out of American studio, and that was a sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, right? And it's beloved. And Sonic CD came out of Japan, and they were released around the same time. Why am I saying this? Because one team of Sega was creating Sonic 2, and it was the American division. Another team was creating Sonic CD, it was the Japanese division. And so I'm thinking what happened with Mario is the movie was given to the American studios, and by the way, I think it was 6 writers got their hands on the script at any given time, and the directors of Max Headroom were doing the movie. Meanwhile, whoever was developing Mario 64 was probably a Japanese team way off in Japan. Even though it's the same character, you've
Yeah.
got 2 different pots brewing of ideas, and one turned out
Mario
better
64
than the other.
is so good.
Absolutely.
Like that's one
Kind of
I
minimal story.
played, the Marios prior, but I didn't like really get into them. But like I played that game.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
I'm not denying.
I'm not lying.
Mario 64,
exists.
Mario 64 was one of those games that I beat 100% of the way, got all 120.
The stars.
And then when I would be homesick from school or whatever, I would start up a new game just to see if I could get the minimum 40 stars in a single. Right?
Oh, I
Like,
used to
Man,
love to stretch
overachiever.
Mario's face. Did you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
ever stretch his face?
it's a me, Mario. And by the way, another reason I can hate on Chris Pratt, and I genuinely don't hate
Star
him.
Lord.
Star-Lord did not need to be ripped. He should have been a fat, schlubby guy. But the guy who voiced Mario for like 30 years should have just done it.
Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
Yes. It's me, Mario.
When are we going to get...
Waluigi.
When are we going to... yes! When are we going to get a screen-ready Waluigi?
Waluigi movie?
Played by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, that's good. It
I
could
want
have been
Baby
Jim
Mario.
Carrey. Baby
What?
Mario?
Baby Mario.
From Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
I'm thinking from I guess Mario Tennis, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
And your erotic friend fiction. Daisy and Mario hook up, and then they give birth, and there's a little baby
Oh, and then they
Mario.
have Baby Mario.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
A Mario-based bodice ripper.
This was it, dude. This movie was it. They had a strip club in there and a kid PG
Mario
movie.
seducing that large woman. And I'm not saying she's...
Her name was
She
Big
was
Bertha in the
she
movie.
was grooving on him
She
too.
did.
Like
that was a bump
She
and grind
is-
in a PG movie.
And by
for
the way,
kids.
I love the fact that they did this. They do the perp walk. They get arrested for being plumbers. Neither of them are 5.5 feet tall. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
They're
saw that.
little men.
Yeah.
And again, then Big Bertha shows up, and she is towering over
Yeah.
Mario. And Mario, looking at her boobs directly over
Yeah.
his eyes, is like, I will seduce you. Like they practically do the scene, like the tango scene with Tia Carrera from True Lies, and you're just like, what movie have I put on?
And they're in a club, a full-on strip club that reminds me of the one from like
Total Recall.
Total Recall. I can't believe you said that.
You and I are the same brain right now.
So Total Recall, where it is unbelievably like lurid, and I mean, it's not like a kiddie dance hall with people that are clothed. It's like a full-on thing. There's a woman scantily clad with like a scorpion tail on the table, and it's a blink and you'll miss it deal. But I'm trying to watch it for riff material, and I almost need to stop it because there's so much to joke about that I can't even take it in. It's like a Where's Waldo of riffs right in your face. Like, oh, there's so much on the screen that's rough. I gotta stop it. I didn't. But
so often these kinds of movies that are like PG or PG-13, like they're guidelines so you don't get the R rating.
Yeah.
And so what you have is someone like with like, I'm sure, just making little tallies on a chart based on profanity and nudity and situations as to whether or not they cross that threshold.
Right.
But it's the entire length of the movie. Right. All of it happens in one scene in the movie.
Well, but we also know back then PG was...
Oh, sure.
There
It was
wasn't
a hard
PG-13.
PG. Kids were grittier. Well, let me say this one thing. When they get booked, let's go back to that. The cop who's booking them is a mustached cop who like reoccurs, which I didn't know that if you evolve from a lizard, you would have facial hair or any hair, but that's fine, whatever. And they're supposed to all evolve lizards. He's also got a woman's shoe on his neck the entire time,
Yes,
and
does.
it's not addressed.
It's not
So
it's not a gag.
It's very bondage.
Just there.
So I don't understand why that's happening, and I don't think that anybody would. And I was like, oh, is that gonna be revealed? Like she's like, you better get this done. Whatever, I'm your captain. It's like, no, she's just got a heel in his neck, and then they just move on to the next scene where they get their pictures taken by what looks like guns.
So this movie is like 100 minutes on the nose or something like that. Mm-hmm. You alluded to the fact that there could be a 2-hour cut. I don't doubt it. There's so much here. This movie feels like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Like it does. And there are gags that don't pay off.
Right.
That's one of them.
Right.
Like, and also the fact that we spend the whole rest of the time in this very strange world and we still haven't even been explained what's going on yet is odd.
There's Koopa barracks.
But Koopa has invented an evolution/devolution ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he takes the busker, Toad, the guy, human. Oh, well,
His
not
name.
a human, but human appearing.
Is singing anti-Koopa songs.
Hey, Koopa, you're a
I mean,
guy.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like Bruce Springsteen's new song.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah.
Again.
Don't want to be an American idiot.
And they turn him into a lizard guy.
A Goomba. They're called Goombas.
They're literally called Goombas, but my favorite part is like how happy he is.
Yeah,
He
he's
still has the harmonica on and everything.
Yeah, he just sort of like makes little harmonica noises throughout the
He's
movie,
so
just like
cute.
incidentally,
Yeah.
which I find funny. He'll just be walking around and be like, "We're fever."
So when I was a kid, I didn't understand because again, this movie was impenetrable to me as a child. It was a mystery of mysteries, an enigma, and so like. Because I knew Koopas were what you bounced on; they weren't lizards. Excuse me, Goombas. Goombas were what you bounced on.
Goombas are the mushroom.
Right.
Well, but I just want to pause and say this movie is still a mystery to us as
Well, but
adults.
I thought that each Goomba had a harmonica and they communicated that way because they couldn't talk. But no, you're right. It was just
It's
Toad
just
was in
him.
every shot with his harmonica that he retained from being a human. He was like in every Goomba scene.
None of the others had them.
So I have a question, like an honest question. Which would be more baffling to you? If you had played the video game first and then saw this movie, or if you had never played the game before, saw this movie, and then tried to play the video game?
Probably played the game first, right?
Right.
I
It's
think
Like
so.
this
I
isn't
think
the
for all of
backstory.
us-
I won't accept it.
Yeah, it's more confusing having had played the game first.
No, kids, you don't know this because you're children and you're listening to this, which good
And
for
also
you.
on
stop.
streaming.
But
Go to bed.
Nowadays, all the video games give you all the backstory in the game.
Yes.
Everything. You'll be like designing your character. You'll show up and there'll be a guy at the bar or wherever you first enter, and they'll be like, the whole point of GTA 5 is that you've got to blah.
And you hate mushrooms.
And you hate mushroom. This in games in this era, you got a booklet at the
Yes.
beginning of the video
you were
game,
lucky.
and it explained everything. And
At the
no
back
one,
of the box, that's all you get.
and no one ever read the booklet. That's the lie that they told you. No one read the booklet, so no one gave a shit. They just knew you had to jump on top of the mushroom people.
Right.
And sometimes when you hit the little question box, you got a mushroom that made you bigger.
Yeah.
And sometimes the flower made you shoot fireballs. the idea that 90% of the movie is exposition still
Yeah.
is delightfully stupid. Like,
How could you have a sequel and have that running concurrently with still like releasing games, and you've got this entire like parallel franchise set up? It never could have worked.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Why did this happen?
So let me geek out. So the Sonic the Hedgehog games kept coming out with stories, and the Sonic Archie comics came out, which I read
those.
loyally.
I've still got a bunch.
Oh,
and I will say I read those Sonic
Are you
booklets.
serious?
I read those
Yes.
Sonic the booklets that came with the games, and I
Yes.
read the lore on Tails and Miles Prower, and
Yeah.
that was his name. And that's a funny pun. And
is.
yeah, I mean, so like, well, I read the Sonic booklets,
Yeah.
and I probably still got like a handful of those comics.
I've got a lot of them in
somewhere.
a box, and the thing was they had Princess Sally as a character, even though she was never in the games except Sonic Spinball, when you could rescue her because the American team put that in.
I would have done that if I had that for Zelda. Like I would have gotten that.
The comics?
Like obsessed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had a
Like,
Zelda comic that ran in Nintendo Power for like a year, and they collected it. It was like a hand-drawn comic. It would come out monthly. They did that for Mario 2 and released it. That would have made a good movie. There was a Mario comic series called Super Mario Adventures that was released monthly by Nintendo Power for a few years, and I bought like a collected version of it. And it just told about like Mario. And again, it's the same thing. Mario and Luigi fall through a pipe, have to rescue Princess Peach from some kind of dragon world, dinosaur world. But it's all like animation looks consistent. Obviously, it's animated. But they could have taken that story
There's
and made
also
it
the
the movie.
animated show, which I
Super
watched.
Mario Bros. Super Show.
Yeah.
Yes, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I wonder why they didn't make it animated, because a lot of stuff at that time was anyway, especially like hand drawn. Could have
Well, this
happened.
movie doesn't seem like it was super high budget, so maybe they were just like,
I mean,
Yeah,
I get
we
that, but they went through a lot of money and they went through a lot of shoots, and it ended up like Dennis Hopper had to be there, because I researched this one a little bit. He had to be there for quite a bit longer for shooting than he anticipated, and that's why he was upset too. Is because he was told it was going to be one level of shooting, and it really took a lot more dedication.
maybe there's a cut that explains the shoe.
Yeah, and I'm
Next
going to
shoe.
buy it. Oh, the
the next shoe.
next shoe.
the neck
heel.
shoe cut, the heel.
Oh yes! Hey,
Oh,
I'd love that.
neck
Hey, I'd
shoe.
love that. Heel in the neck. I would love to understand why. I think it was a very, very leathery movie. Mario and Luigi. Oh, you got to that part. You watched it. Did you see when they have to put on the gimp masks to steal the car? They put on masks that looked like like they zipped themselves up. I
Well-
don't know why would that need to be in that movie?
Why not?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, Madonna's sex book was the #1 book in the planet. And so they're
Right.
like, well, what if?
They were.
Maybe they
Bob
just had
Hoskins.
those. Maybe they just had that.
Maybe that
as-
was all they.
Bob Hoskins,
that-
I brought it from home.
Don't worry about that substance inside.
Yeah.
Me, Mario, am a huge pervert who likes cocaine, and therefore I have gimp masks for sexual reasons.
So that was a huge thing too at the time, was to make the fact that there were the Mario brothers, their last name was Mario. People had a lot of fun with that. I thought it was ridiculous as a child, and I
It
do
is-
as an adult too.
it's stupid as sin.
It really is.
Does
Mario,
he have
Mario.
a last name in the new movie?
I don't know, but he puts on that accent at the beginning, if that helps. It's a me, Mario. Remember they do that commercial at the beginning?
Yeah.
And his rival is a guy who looks like he wears those pit vipers, and he's got their rival in Mario. And it's like, oh, that's a believable character,
Yeah.
Spike or whatever. It's a good movie. I like this one.
It's a passable kids movie. This one is weirder.
Yeah, I
the
actually
weird.
like this one. My hot take, I really enjoyed it.
I mean, now the only thing I guess we haven't really talked much about is the whole. Koopa is a germaphobe because the whole planet is being taken over by this weird goo, and it looks like Nickelodeon gack. It is
It
disgusting.
does.
It is drippy. It is gross. It more than once saves the Mario Brothers, which makes no sense. And then we're told that Daisy, who is the princess,
Born of a dinosaur.
apparently is the princess to the king, and the king is this fungus.
He was devolved.
How
into
did
it.
that happen? Well, it turns out that not only did dinosaurs evolve into people, but also mushrooms evolved into people. And this is king of the toadstool people, and the princess is Daisy. And so Luigi, still desperately trying to lay pipe,
It's me, Ouija time.
You did it.
goes and meets the king and goes, hey, sorry, that's not John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo was more like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm dating your daughter, and I'm here interested to meet you, Mr. King. Your drippiness, And at this point in the movie, I wanted to be doing almost anything else. This scene is very the movie stops dead so he can talk to
he's like
a sinus
a
puddle.
infection.
I shake your hand, but
And at this point, too, Koopa has been zapped with the evolution ray, and the two idiots sidekicks have been hit with the evolution ray, and they become like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Like, it's very much like, forthwith. And you're just like, the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, but the thing is, their executive functioning doesn't get better, and they make the same mistakes. So they wrote them as what people would expect smart people to be.
Yeah, they come out and they say peculiar and benevolent, one and the other does, and you know they're geniuses because they used those words.
Yeah,
it's the episode of God, I'm going to date myself because I'm sure this is a 25-year-old episode, but it's the episode of Family Guy where Peter thinks he's smart, so he listens to NPR one time, and he just starts calling everything shallow and pedantic.
Yeah, shallow and pedantic.
Yeah, and he goes, I think you're... And he goes, Peter, is there something wrong with your pork chop? He goes, I find your pork chop shallow and pedantic. Like, that's what it is. Like, they don't adjust the person at all. They don't rewrite the character. They just use big words as though he had a word of the day calendar and the word of the day was the. Like, it's so stupid. Hi. I don't mean to rant here, but...
We're getting close to the part of the movie that just all runs together for me.
Oh, and by the way, had I not literally watched this yesterday, I couldn't tell you how this movie ends. Other than Daisy's titular last line of "You're not gonna believe this," which is so good.
It is.
Other than that, like the end of this movie is like a weird blur of nothing. Yeah, and I've seen this movie many times. Keiko, you watched it most recently.
Well, I watched it today too, and I was like, I gotta watch the last 30 minutes. It's just like one thing happens, another thing happens. They freeze the pipes. They merge the universes. One of the Scarpellis gets turned into a chimp. I don't know. It's just total, just one weird happening after another that makes no sense. I don't know. I can't make head or tail of it.
Which, by the way, also happens in the new movie where they end up in the real world. No one turns into a monkey, but like Donkey Kong is there though. So there is a monkey in the final act of the animated movie.
Well, this is like because I read that they were basing a lot of this off of the one that came out in 1990 and Fill Me In. What would it? Because the one that introduced Yoshi, right?
Mario World.
Okay, that's World. So it's like these dudes just saw like, well, we got eggs and we got dinosaurs. We already got mushrooms, and it's just like they just took those concepts and just totally detached from the game.
Yeah, fungus,
and they just ran with these random elements of plumbing. What the game is.
Lots of plumbing.
It's the line from Lionel Hutz from the Treehouse of Horror where Homer gets sued by the devil, right? And he goes, Lionel Hutz goes, I was watching Columbo in a bar last night. The sound was off, but I think I got the gist of it. Like, it's that. It's like they think they got the gist of it. They missed the point, but
yeah.
But to your points earlier, Captain Lou Albana's very strange show makes more sense than this. Animate the fucker. Like, it's 1993. This is the era where we have actually like 4 animation studios battling for like dominance, right? This is Disney at the height of the Eisner era. This is Universal trying out shit. This is also Don Bluth trying out shit. Ooh. You could have found someone to animate you and no one would have had to explain how he ended up in Super Mario World.
What was the movie that we watched that had the weird random animated scene? Was it Ice Pirates?
Ice Pirates does have an animated scene.
Yeah. He's like a fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would it be the movie? Would it be the movie known as The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the Yawn People?
Oh, dude. Okay, so
great movie.
It's a good movie, but so my daughter is 9. No, she read Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Excuse me. And she's like, oh, there's a sequel book. And Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator is not as good.
He's stuck in an elevator for all time.
But it's essentially, I'm like, oh, Doug Adams read this and made Hitchhiker's Guide, because so much of it is in space and so much of it is weird. And Hitchhikers is a masterpiece of a book. And that movie, frankly, is not bad. It's fun. I wish there were sequels to it because there's 11 of those books.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, now it's long dead. You'd have to reboot the series, but there is something so joyful. I miss having sci-fi comedies.
Yes.
And I liked, there was a show on Paramount, I think it was maybe just on Paramount Plus or not, but called Lower Decks, which was
Star Trek.
And it was animated, and it was about the people who were on the lower decks. They even had a crossover with Discovery, which might have been the best episode of Discovery, because I didn't really like Discovery. But like, joy. There's no joy. Like,
the Orville is so good.
I've heard about the Orville.
I think it's
Seth
done
MacFarlane.
right?
Well, supposedly they talked about possibly renewing, but it's been years and they haven't. But so the Orville, for a long time before the new Star Trek reboots were coming out, it was more Star Trek than the newer Star Trek things.
Yeah, I believe that.
But just funny, like, but you know, Seth MacFarlane is a writer on it, so it's like his humor.
And the star.
But yeah.
Hello.
But so good.
What was
And Lieutenant Orville.
What was the one with Hugh Laurie that was an HBO show that ran for like a couple seasons?
Avenue Q. right?
No,
Was
not
it?
Avenue Q. That's the puppet
it's something
musical.
cute. It is
you're
something
right. It was
cute
Avenue
though, right?
42. Hold on. It was something 42. I got it.
Yes, you're right.
It's
You're
Avenue
right. That was
40.
funny.
I watched
Saw
that
a little
whole
bit of
thing.
that. I didn't see the whole thing.
It just is a shame because people with conspiracy shows, they want them to be so serious. Like
Avenue 5.
I like the.
That's what it was, and that was really good.
After one episode, I know I got drunk and made Alex watch Inside Job with me.
Yeah, it's a good show.
But like that's also what we're talking about, like sci-fi fantasy that's kind of funny and kind of stupid. Like
Yes.
I like
Agreed.
the Lone Gunman in X-Files, but then they had their own spin-off. Unfortunately, their first episode was completely farcical, where people were hijacking airplanes to crash into buildings in an effort so that they could blame Middle Easterners and take their oil. And that premiered in August of 2001. So the rest of the show didn't get renewed.
That's not as timely as you would hope.
No.
Nick's laughing because everybody is grimacing in pain.
Oh, no.
But the Lone Gunmen are such a funny idea because Mulder is so dramatic. Scully is so self-serious. She's a doctor, damn it. And these guys are just nerds in the basement. And they're like, hey, Scully, you're pretty hot.
Exactly.
And they think that Mulder's out there. Like, this is a funny idea.
It is.
God.
No more funny. We got to write something. Do a limited series.
How great,
Kickstarter fund
speaking
us.
of, how great would this movie be if there was a Mulder type who believed in this shit and was trying to get to the alternate universe?
Oh, like Fairly Odd Parents. Like, Fairly Odd Parents. They're real. Ooh. Yeah, that would be amazing.
They sort of hint, it's sort of an underdeveloped part of Leguizamo's Luigi character that he likes the conspiracy, weird story, mystery stuff. Like National Enquirer type TV, whatever he's watching.
It would be cool. And again, you couldn't do this because this is such a strange property anyway. But like, if there was a third member of the Mario brothers, and the two
Tony
of them,
Mario.
well, let's call him Wario for a second.
Wow.
But the other two disappear, and the whole thing is he's trying to figure it the fuck out while they're having this adventure. Like, suddenly at least I care about the other world. But like, when they show back up in Brooklyn, I'm like, where the fuck are we? Like, New York. Giuliani's New York has been gone for an hour and 30 minutes at this point. You can't all of a sudden take me back and get a Ray's Famous Slice, man. You can't do it. That's right. Like, this is too little too late. And again, I know, like, we have to establish the two towers, and maybe one of them gets bombed in this movie, which is weird.
Yes,
can we talk about
they
the
show
fact?
up,
Yeah, that Koopa
They sure
has
do.
his two twin towers, and then when the lizard kingdom starts to phase into our Earth because the part of the asteroid that killed all dinosaurs gets pushed back into it, that magically restores thing that merges the worlds, and the Twin Towers become Koopa Towers, one of which is destroyed.
Dude.
And this is in the early 90s.
Yeah,
Very haunting.
Well, and let's be clear here. They blew up. They tried to blow up one of the towers already at this point.
Yeah, 90. I think it was 93, right?
Yeah, and so like this is.
Keep going for it, man.
I'll steal a Chris Rock joke really quickly. The biggest problem with Obama becoming president is how do movies depict the future when there's already been a black president? Right? It's a good Chris Rock joke.
Female president.
It's that thing. It's like, well, one of the things that they used to do in dystopias, even I think Escape from New York does this, is like, what if the two towers were in tatters? And you're just like, oh, well, that happened in real life.
That was already a thing.
And so previous episodes, Man of Steel is like, but what if we had 39/11s all at
Yes,
once?
by Superman.
And they just fling people through the fucking buildings. And so like here it's like, but what if the terrorists were right and one of the buildings was kind of damaged? No, you can't. In our light children's movie, you can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it wasn't like, and then the Chrysler building came down. No. No. They just put Shredder into a trash compactor, and Casey Jones then had to go to jail for 3 months, which is why he's not in the second movie or whatever that is. That's the secret of the ooze. He got a bad attorney. I think Giga likes it when I just rant this whole thing, because you've just been giggling for the last hour. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I mean, the movie has a lot to it. I couldn't believe the fact that there was so much leather and kinkiness. I mean, whatever, man. Mario has to bite a crystal off of a woman's chest, which I don't remember that part of the game series.
That's a weird part of the video game.
Oh, and they had to dress up. They looked like they were dressed up like ketchup and mustard bottles in the club scene. And I was rooting. I thought maybe Iggy and Spike did get smarter because Mario and Luigi were easily spotted by the Koopa troops. I was like, well, maybe they're smarter because they said, oh, wear these clothes in the club. And they set them up to look so conspicuous. But I think I'm giving the movie too much credit, maybe.
But also,
it's a great movie.
You are bringing up a good point, which is how stupidly long it takes for them to be in the green and red outfits.
Yeah.
That really happens at minute like 75.
Oh,
Yeah, and that just tells you again, these people,
It's a prequel.
they didn't know how to make a video game movie. Like they didn't know to put in these little Easter eggs. Like Easter egg. When was the concept of an Easter egg invented? Like, is it related to video games?
As
Yes, it is.
Mr. Alex here knows, it was an Atari game, actually.
Yes.
And-
Adventure.
And what?
Well, it's called Adventure.
It's
I
called
think,
Adventure.
by
You're
Warren
absolutely
Robinson.
right.
Yeah.
I want to give you credit.
Thank you.
But it was essentially, if you did a certain key, like a certain series of moves in a certain room, it revealed the name of the programmers because they were not given credit in old video games. And so
Right.
that is the first Easter egg.
And so my point is that this movie, like that concept, then whenever that came out, like they don't know the relevance of including those little Easter eggs.
There's
Well,
no
that
fan
you-
service at all.
that
Fan
you
service is
need
non-existent.
for a
here.
video game movie to work.
Yeah.
well, like you said, there's Bullet Bill, there's the little Bob-omb guys.
The bombs are in there
Well,
quite a bit.
And again, it's so simple from the very beginning. If you just have Leguizamo wearing a green overalls and Mario
Yes.
wearing red ones, we know who they are. They don't have to say a word. We know who they are.
They took it as a challenge to get as far away
Yeah.
from the source material and brand.
And that's a
franchise.
very interesting point. Maybe they were trying to make them real ish.
Well,
The tagline is "This ain't no game."
Yeah.
That's even how they tried to make it. I don't know if they were trying to get more teens involved or adults, but they really did try to get away.
Yeah,
from
like a grittier, like you were saying
Yeah.
about Ninja Turtles and that kind of thing.
these damn
Okay.
power boots.
well, and if I may,
They don't really wear. Do they wear those?
They do, about two or
they
three
just put 'em-
seconds is how they
for
get the
3
super
minutes.
jumps at the end.
And
of
they
the
click
Yeah,
like
okay.
ruby slippers
All right.
too.
They do.
So
I will add, it's one of the things, and I like the movie Solo, but this is the stupid bit where everything's like, oh, that's how he got his jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when he's at the immigration checkpoint, he
I'm
goes,
alone.
I'm alone. He goes,
Jesus
fine,
Christ.
Han Solo.
Give me a break.
Oh.
And you're just like, oh, but that's what this is. Like everything, just you don't need to build this shit up. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes someone can just own a goddamn leather jacket. Like that's what this is. Someone can sometimes own a green pair of pants, guys. Like it's not
Do you?
kind of.
I have some dark green pants.
Thank you, Yoda.
Welcome, you are.
Shit them, I did. And I mean, I have. I have overalls. I wear them sometimes without a shirt when I'm chewing on hay, and all the ladies are like, "Oh my god, he's so interesting." I'm like, "Nope."
Destroyed pants you did.
Destroyed a couch too. In there. I held puppies today. They were very sweet.
Realistic sound effects. The Mario. Did you get the architecture in Koopa's lair with like the
I think that's just a soundstage.
postmodern? Yeah, but it was like this postmodern evil Pee Wee Herman factory pomo, like the factory postmodern aesthetic in the '90s, where it was like a playful, wacky factory
no.
layout. I loved that. I thought the set design was pretty good in the movie.
It's
for
also
a kidnapping layer.
It's also very, Dr. Emmett L. Brown with the automatic food machine, like
Oh, yes,
or Wallace
wacky.
and Gromit, like,
Yes.
like.
House of the Future.
I mean, and I will give the credit of also, no one talked to each other clearly when they were putting this movie together, but everyone also did their damnedest, other than of course the drunks on stage. But like set designers, soundtrack, like the direction is weird, but also like got it exactly right. Like
Yes.
it's funny because again, no one understood the homework, but everyone tried. It's like those kids, again, teacher, who go up and just like improv the entire project. I'm like, well, that wasn't the assignment, but good for you. Like, because that's what so much of this feels like. Like at one point, like it's a crowded scene satire. All of our main characters who are human are sliding through a tube and they're screaming together. We're like,
On a mattress.
and you could almost do a paused screen, and Ferris Bueller could come out and go, I bet you're wondering how we got here. And you're like, yes, I have no idea. But it looks cool.
It did look cool.
Because, like,
Yes.
at one point, we can't emphasize this enough. These are reptiles that evolved into people.
Yeah.
And these reptile people are of different races, they're different heights, different
Yeah.
hair colors and eyes. And yet, somehow, when they go among mammals, they can't tell them apart.
Right.
So they've just been kidnapping women who they think might be Daisy.
Yeah.
And some of them are like, like Long Island with long black hair, and they have the accent like
Hello.
this. And then like some of them are blonde women with short hair, and like one looks like like Little Orphan Annie as an adult, and it's terrifying. And we're just like, who are these women?
It was a hard
Does
not life.
Anyone notice that they've been missing? No? Let's move on, I guess, because we're going to do Mission Impossible in the next scene as he walks through the vents.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's horrifying.
This movie,
Totally
And
incoherent,
Lena is
those
like-
parts to me. Total incoherent.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm going to have like a stroke. Like this movie at points turns into like the script is just, there was no script that day. Hoskins, you're crawling through a vent. He was like, all right.
Well, Koopa, so Dennis Hopper says some of the creepiest lines, like, you know what they say, a little girl never forgets the first time she gets kissed by a lizard.
Oh, that's-
Nobody
yeah.
says that.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not a saying.
That's Donald Trump's favorite line. That's
And then there's like that Lena going
Ew.
in there with the cast of women that have been kidnapped. It's just very like creepy in a way that with certain things released to the public recently in
As
emails.
a therapist,
Yeah.
if someone says no one forgets the first time they've kissed a
Do
lizard,
you think all the children that liked that movie in the early 90s were being groomed to accept reptilians?
Oh no, I can't get a tinfoil hat on for that one. I could say they were being groomed to accept the grim, dark tone of the '90s and 2000s.
I'll tell you what. Anyway, so they saved the day somehow.
And the toadstool, the king gets turned back into a man.
And the devolution ray is destroyed, and Brooklyn's the same.
Koopa is turned into a giant booger.
Yeah.
It's weird.
He's mutated from lizard humanoid to
Dinosaur.
small T-Rex looking thing, and then to green sludge. He remains.
And then Mario, Luigi, Mario, and Luigi Mario.
And
Yes, get it straight.
The sort of Fran Drescher.
Yeah, and a character I'm going to just assume is called Toots.
Whatever her
Yeah.
name is.
Toots.
And Toots is there. They're watching, let's say the Yankees, because this is Brooklyn. And then all of a sudden, Daisy comes back in and she says, "You're not going to believe this." And then we smash cut to credits, and I'm like, "We're not going to believe what?"
I wanted to see. I would watch the sequel. The Squeakquel.
I would watch the sequel, the Squeakquel. You're not going to believe this, but we're playing Sonic at the Olympics. I'm still there.
That's good.
You're not going to believe this, but there's some sort of Super Smash Brothers going on.
Oh, yes.
You're not going to believe this, but Mario, would you like to play golf or tennis or go-karting?
Or Mario is missing the edutainment video game for the computer where you have to look at famous historical sites and do math homework.
Oh, wow.
Mario.
I had a Mario typing game.
I was going to say
Mario.
Mario.
I just got a keyboard.
You have to learn to type or you'll die, Mario. Quick.
liked-
Typing of the dead.
I liked Mario Paint a lot.
That's a good safe choice. That's good. That's it. Bob Ross meets Mario.
That was what the
both
first
have
Homestar Runner
mustaches.
stuff was on. Mario, you're not going to believe this, but your paper.
Mario, you have to play Dance Dance Revolution for some reason.
Mario, you're
On
not
the
going to believe this,
GameCube.
but there are 6 golden coins. Like, and the joke goes on like this. Luigi, you're not
does.
going to believe that there's a haunted mansion. Which are fun. Those are fun games.
I want to play them. I haven't
The
played
one
those.
I have the one for Switch. My daughter
Luigi's
got it
Mansion
from me.
rocks,
They're
dude.
great. So final thoughts, Mr. Wallix.
Ooh, man. This is a curiosity. Like we were talking about before the movie, before we started this. This is just nowhere. You can't find this anywhere.
Yeah.
I think for several different reasons.
I'm getting shamed over here because I had some
Great
trouble
film.
finding the movie.
Oh,
I did watch it. did finish
as
it.
did I, but again, that last 30 minutes is just a blurry mess. I would recommend watching it to see how a video game movie can turn out like this, and just sort of marvel at these strangest choices you could possibly make in covering a franchise like this with a movie. So yeah, sure, watch it if you can find it. Absolutely.
Oh, listen, let me tell you. I say watch it if you can. There's apparently a special cut that came out that's like out there, $30. It's got some scenes, some deleted scenes. I would say it's got some good lessons. Like Mario keeps saying, trust your tools. They keep coming up with the plumber element. And he also keeps doing
Say that to my
platforming.
penis all the time.
He keeps doing platforming stuff. And it's okay. That's the Mario. Like he has to do a lot of jumping. And what's interesting is Luigi's usually the cowardly character now in the games, but Mario is portrayed as cowardly, and Luigi's like cooler in this movie, which is really interesting. I thought it was cool. I mean, it's definitely not the Super Mario universe that has come out between '93 and now, where a lot more lore is out. But if you like sort of some edgelord movie, video game movie curiosities and lore, then it's probably worth your time. For keen-eyed fans, like even like Bowser was defeated kind of on a bridge, and in the original game, you have to run at him or defeat him on a bridge. So you can look at little nods and stuff, and you have to kind of read into it, but it's there. And if you like cyberpunk and Blade Runner-esque curiosities, as you called it, Alex, check it out. Also, it's Grand Theft Auto Mario.
Yeah.
He steals a car. He does it before GTA comes out. It's
Up with
very
the prostitute.
funny. I mean, it looked like there was that. It looked seedy in that nightclub when Mario and Luigi were in there dancing. Oh, and did you see the shaky cam when the lizard people were dancing and their heads went
In
shaky?
the elevator, they're like,
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
oh, that too. Yeah, that was great. So, I mean, I don't think it's for kids, but you know, if you enjoy some good leather fun, you know, pop it in. Feel sorry about it later.
Keiko?
I think this is a fun movie. I don't necessarily think this is a Mario movie. So I think I'm kind of with Walex on this. I think that you should watch this and study it and learn about it and then write a paper on it so that we can read it.
And critique it.
Well, that's your homework this week, kids.
Let me critique your movie.
I mean, I will say this is this is a movie to watch with people. Yeah, I mean, I watched it with my family, and they don't speak to me anymore. But
family estrangement, courtesy of a Bob Hoskins joint.
But like,
they just keep talking about leather. It's so weird.
This movie is. It's so devoid of the things we hate about modern movies. The things we hate about modern movies is that they're noted to death, so they are so mild that no one can hate or like them, so we make fun of them. This is a movie where they fucking tried and they missed completely. This is the kid who swings at the ball so hard he spins around and drops the bat. That's kind of interesting to watch more than anything. Like, I would rather watch a movie that tries this hard and fails than one that is weak-willed. It's a problem I have with a lot of modern Disney, where it's committed to death. It's not a bad movie. It's just committed to death, so I feel nothing at the end.
Right.
I felt exhausted watching this.
Confusion and exhaustion are what we're feeling after this.
All stages of grief present in this film.
But at least it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to forget. I mean, the ending is completely forgettable, but there's bits of this that I'm like, what the fuck were they even thinking? You know, we thrive on this podcast. We thrive in Cineprov on people making glorious mistakes. This is a glorious mistake. Everyone involved, and a lot of the actors clearly knew it at the time, but like, they tried a lot. And Keiko said this movie was cheap, and it probably was, but the things they were doing were big, like, ideas, and they made them come together. Like, to me, I mentioned in the previous episode, Hamlet 2, which is the idea that a local drama teacher could do something like weird and interesting. That's what this feels like. Like, someone is like, I'm going to make a Mario Brothers movie, but it's going to have nothing to do with video games. And they're like, go on. And then the studio was like, and can we have any more of that? Because this came out. And I bet you this made money because people are like, Mario Brothers, yay! And they're like, nothing to do with what you did. But this is the equivalent of like, what if we made a version of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but it was more like Coyote Ugly? Like, I don't know how to put this. Like,
pitch it. Come on now.
And she takes off the red hat.
Oh, wow.
But that's what this feels like. And so, do you need to watch it? If you are a fan of this show, watch it. And by the way, I will say this in a way that Nor cannot edit around. When a studio makes it impossible to see a movie you want to watch, I don't care how you get it, but if you get it, you should see it. Okay? I bought this movie on a cheap DVD, but you all, if you're listening, should pay for it if you can find it. But if they make it impossible, watch it anyway. And that's what I'll say. In the meantime, as we do this kind of art, I want to remind you, we want you to tell us what to do. We like choosing. We're about to have our draft. In the spring, we always draft our next seasons of movies.
Yeah, boss us around.
If there's something you want us to do, if you buy us the movie, we will not only do that movie and thank you for it and plug whatever you want us to plug, your band, your podcast, your show, your blog, you yourself, you beautiful person, but we will also record a riff of that movie that goes only to you. And I'll make it so you can turn that track off if you don't want to listen to us talk, but you will get a copy of it as well. And we will do it for the podcast. The way you do that is on our Amazon site. It will be attached to this. It's attached to a lot of stuff. And if there's something on there that you think we should do that we haven't done, DM me and we will work it out. But that's how we want to do this because we want to interact with you. We've done the Patreon thing before and a few people paid for it. But it's not for us.
Me, I did that.
You did. Brittany did. Several of you did. And we thank you for doing it. But we just want to make it available for you to choose. And this is the way we thought would be best to do it. So thank you for doing all you do to keep us on the charts. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Follow all of us and all the things that we do.
Woohoo.
I have a Substack now. He has a Substack now.
Yes.
What is it called?
Next Level Psych. All one word. Next Level Psych. PSYCH.
I am Hoffman on history. And past that, man, listen to me on Required Reading and follow us on Cineprov.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Myopia Movies is executive produced by Nick Hoffman and produced by Alex Ewalt, Keiko Childs, Matt Quinn, Nick Hoffman, and Nora Trinette. It is edited and engineered by Nora Trinette. The theme song is Surf Shimmy by Kevin MacLeod from Incomptech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. All rights reserved. Thanks for listening.